Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Powar. Today we are going to discuss our next topic in RAML, URI parameters and query parameters. Let's first understand what is URI parameter and what is query parameter. So today we are going to cover what is URI parameter, what is query parameter, what is the difference between URI and query parameter, and how to use them in a RAML. So mostly asked question in the interview, which is difference between URI and query parameters. So let's understand first. What is URI parameter? It's nothing but to identify a specific resource. So URI means unique resource identifier. So it is used to identify a specific resource or resources. In RAML, it is enclosed in a curly braces actually. So when we checked in the we saw in the last video under accounts we have used account number as a URI parameter and it was enclosed in the curly braces. So in this example, accounts is the resource and account number is the URI parameter. So this is nothing but the URI parameter. What is a query parameter? So query parameter is used for a filtration of the data, sorting of a data. So like in database table, we are filtering data on the basis of condition, different conditions we are passing to sort a data, to filter the data from a table. So same is here. So this is used as a key value pair. So whatever field you are going to filter, you have to pass that as a key, and whatever value you are expected in the output, whatever value pass that value in the key value pair in the query parameter. And this is the important part of URL. So example, in a table of accounts, let's say you have to filter it out on the base of city, gender, or any payment you can do. You can filter it out that accounts by using the query parameter, these query parameters. Oh, difference between URI and query parameter. This is simple. Here, so first URI parameter used to identify specific resource, whereas this query parameter used to filter the resources. URI parameter is always mandatory. So this should be passed. So this value URI parameter is always required one. You cannot keep it blank in the request. But query parameter can be required, can be optional. Like so whatever as per requirement. So if the query parameter is mandatory required one, then we have to pass it. Otherwise, we can define it as an optional one. We'll see while we are going to define it. Then third one is variable in element enclosed in a curly braces. So URI parameter always enclosed in the curly braces, whereas query parameters are key value pair. So as examples here, accounts account number, where this account number is URI parameter. Here city gender we can pass in the under query parameters like a query parameter. So let's see how to use this in a RAML. So we in our last video we created accounts API. We'll work on that one to use this URI parameter and query parameter. In last time only we did that. We use that URI parameter under accounts. So I will show you that again. So if you see accounts is the main resource, root resource in our RAML, and we have used the account number under accounts. So if you see one level right side, it's a account number is there as a URI parameter enclosed in the curly braces. Method is get we used, and we have defined responses under it. If you see here, you will be able to see accounts is containing post method direct one, and under that there is a inner resource which is URI parameter account number where is a get method. So we tried this one as well last time. But if you want to try it again, we can try it. Account number we have to pass. So if you see here, this URI parameter is always required field. So you have to pass it. If you are not going to pass, it will give you error that is 400 bad request, saying that invalid parameter. So account number is missing here. So you have to pass. So if you pass and send the request, you will get 200 OK response, and whatever is the response is there. So this is nothing but a URI parameter. Now let's define query parameter. So I'm taking one more method here under accounts directly. So this is returning single record again URI parameter. But let's see get method to return a list. So under get method, I'm here defining query parameters. Let me close the documentation. And in the query parameters, I am defining query parameter as a IFSC code for this response. So I'm defining this IFSC code. Let's define its type as a string. You can mention number as well here. The number is expected, and so it's a default. If you are not going to pass this required as a true, its default value is true. If you're not going to pass, it will consider as a true. You can mention here example as well, like whatever the IPC code is there, and the next parameter is there, account number. For the time being, I will mention here as a string only, because we followed as a string. You can mention as per requirement. You can change your types here. That's the string. Account number is also my type is string. I will not mention here anything. So I can show you that how it is showing, and example of it. Any example you can give. Account number. So query parameters are done. I will mention this to query parameter. Then I will put here responses 200 body application JSON body type. Example, and I will give example list of accounts here. So list of accounts with the details, because this will return a list. So same thing as we did the external file. Let me create external example file here. I can just mention to give a different one, get accounts list. I can do that, and let me put it here. I'll copy this path from here and just into RAML. I'll put that path. That's it. So here in one of the query parameter I mentioned as a required true, but in one of them I not mentioned anything. So it will defaultly show both of them as a required. So if you see here under accounts, now it is showing new method, which is get method just now we added, and you see here two query parameters it is showing with the example. It's IPC is required. Also account number is also required. You see here. So both of them you need to pass. So if you want to try it, you can try it. So basically you give example, that's why it is showing here both of them without it is not asking us to put the value. If we are not going to give example, it will not put it. So let's end it. This is the thing. You can mention here. So if you want to required false, you can mention the IPC code. So IPC get method. This is not mentioned here now, required true or something. Try it. Yeah, this is just example because it is not putting the value because this is not required field. So send it. Success response. So this is nothing but URI parameter and query parameter. URI parameter is enclosed in the curly braces, and query parameters are QLE pairs. And URI parameters are mandatory. Your query parameters are can be mandatory or optional. That is depend. You can define anything here, but the URI parameter is always mandatory. So today we'll stop here and we will come with the next topic where how to publish RAML in Exchange, and before that, like how to call that mocked endpoint of RAML through Postman, which is required for clients. So clients sometimes are asking that. So we'll go with the next topic for mocked endpoints and how to publish it to Exchange. So for the time being, we'll stop here. Thank you.